Hello and welcome to this session of Class 6 Mathematics, and I am your Anu again. This class we are going to continue with the next exercise in the chapter 7, fractions, and that is exercise 7.3, and it deals with equivalent fractions. We have seen proper, improper, mixed fractions and fractions on the number line, isn't it? Today we will be seeing equivalent fractions. So first let us recall what are equivalent fractions, and that can be done by the very first problem in the exercise. Okay, so then and there I'll tell you how to find out equivalent fractions and what is the easy method to find whether the fractions are equivalent or not. So let's go to the problem directly. Write the fractions or all the fractions equivalent. First you need to write the fraction and then you need to say whether the fractions are equivalent. So first we'll try writing the fractions. Okay. So I told you fractions can be written in the numerator divided by denominator, p by q form, and the numerator is the shaded part and the denominator is the total number of parts. Okay, so this will be 1 divided by 2 because 1 is the shaded part and the total parts divided is 1 divided by 2. Here we have the total parts are 4 here. Okay, so the shaded part is 2 as you can see. So this is 2 by 4. Okay, and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 equal parts and 3 are shaded. So 3 divided by 6. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 equal parts divided and out of which 4 are shaded. Okay, so you have 4 by 8. Now we have written the fraction, so it is simple, isn't it? It is easy. Now when you observe all the diagrams here, see the part shaded remain the same. See, as in the first diagram, see this is carried over in all the diagrams, but what is done is the division, number of divisions in each case is different. It goes on increasing, but the shaded part remains same, isn't it? See, the shaded part, the half shaded part in all the circles remain the same, but the number of divisions is different. It keeps on increasing, or from there if you see it keeps on decreasing. So let us see 1 by 2 and 2 by 4 first. So 1 by 2 and 2 by 4. Does it have anything in common? If you can see, 1 by 2 becomes 2 by 4 by multiplying this by 2, isn't it? See, 1 by 2 into 2, numerator and denominator, you get 2 by 4, isn't it? So likewise, when I multiply 1 by 2 by 3, numerator and denominator, when I say I am multiplying a number, I am multiplying the fraction by a number, it means I multiply both numerator and denominator by the same number. Okay, so I get 3 by 6 there. So from 1 by 2 I have derived 3 by 6. Again, when I multiply 1 by 2 by 4, I get 4 by 8. So the same diagram with the shading, just one part being shaded, has been converted into 4 parts here, 3 parts and 2 parts. So from this we have brought all the diagrams and by increasing the divisions. Okay, so one fraction can be written by another fraction. See, 2 by 4, 3 by 6, and when it is multiplied by 4 you get 4 by 8. So that is what we call equivalent fractions. So this 4 by 8 can be reduced to 1 by 2. How? See, when 4 divided by 8 is divided by 4, 4 by 8 is divided by 4, you get 1 by 2, because 4 divided by 4 is 1 and 8 divided by 4 is 2, isn't it? So we can do it either way. Either you can multiply the fraction by the same number, or you can divide the fraction by the same number. You will get the fraction which is equivalent to the previous one. Okay, so that is how we find equivalent fractions. Okay, the other method for finding whether it is equivalent or not, we can also try this method. See, 1 by 2 is here. So I'll write it here so that you will be able to correlate. See, 1 by 2 is here and 2 by 4. I said both these fractions are equivalent, isn't it? So they are equivalent. if I multiply, cross multiply, see, I multiply the extremes, numerator into the denominator and here denominator into the numerator of the second fraction. So I get 4 is equal to 4. So I get the same number in both LHS and RHS. If I get same number, then those two fractions are equal. I can try it with all the fractions. See, when I take 2 by 4 and 3 by 6, 2 into 6, 12, 4 into 3 is 12. So these two fractions are equivalent. Now 3 by 6, 3 into 8 is 24 and 6 into 4 is also equal to 24. So 24 equal to 24. So these two fractions are also equivalent fractions. We can do it by other method. Like, see, 3 by 6 can be reduced, can be made it into simpler form. I told you what do you mean by simplest form? That is, both the numerator and the denominator has to be divided by the HCF or a common factor. Okay, if at all you can't find HCF, you find it difficult to find HCF, you just take a common factor, you just take one number and divide both the numbers by that number. See, I take 3 here, 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, it comes to 1 by 2. When I reduce it to simpler form, it becomes 1 by 2. Now again, 4 divided by 4 I have already done, so it reduces to 1 by 2, isn't it? So in both cases I have got 1 by 2, so that is also said to be equivalent fraction. Both the fractions represent the same fraction when reduced, so both the equations are equivalent fractions. So we have three methods. Okay, either a fraction can be multiplied or divided by the same number to get an equivalent fraction. Okay, so that is first method. And you multiply, you cross multiply or multiply the numerator of the first fraction and the denominator of the second fraction, and the denominator of the first fraction with the numerator of the second fraction, and see whether they are equal. If they are equal, then the fractions are equivalent. And the third one is, you try reducing the fraction to its simpler form, and in the simpler form, if you see both the fractions give you the same simpler form, then those two fractions are equivalent fractions. Okay, any of the method you can follow to find whether the fractions are equivalent or not. So that is what we are going to do now in the next problems. So we have done the first problem and the division A in it. So the division B you have in your text, NCERT textbook, you have division B too, so that you can try it by yourself and see if you can get the correct answer or if are able to understand the equivalent fractions regarding the shadings. Okay, now we move on to the second. What is the fraction? What does the question say? Write the fractions and pair up the equivalent fractions in each row. So there are two rows. See, this is one row and this is another row. Okay, you need to write the fractions for each and every illustration, and you need to pair up with the these two rows. First row you will have a set of fractions, and the second row you will have a set of fractions, and you need to pair them up, which are equivalent. Okay, which are equivalent. We need to pair them. Now let's start writing the fractions. So the first one, you know, it is 1 divided by 2. Okay, so this is 1 by 2, and here there are totally 6 parts, and out of which 4 is shaded. So this is 4 by 6. Okay, and then here you have 9, out of which 3 are shaded. So this becomes 3 by 9. Here you have 8 parts, total parts, and 2 are shaded. So 2 divided by 8, and you have 3 here, 3 out of 4. So we have written the fractions here. Okay. So next we'll start for the next row. See, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 divisions are there. But each division is further divided into 2 equal divisions. So we have 18 here, out of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are shaded. So 6 divided by 18. Okay. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are there, out of which 4 are shaded. And here you have 4 and 4. There are 16 equal parts, out of which 1, 2, 3, 4 are not shaded. So 16 minus 4 gives you 12. So 12 divided by 16. 12 boxes are shaded, so 12 divided by 16. Here too you have 6 plus 3, 12 equal boxes here, out of which 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are not shaded. So in 12, 4 are not shaded. So this is 8 by 12. Now here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes are there, and each box is further divided into 2 equal halves. So 8 into 2 will give you 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 divided by 16. Now as such, if I see you can't match or you can't pair up the equivalent fractions just like that, isn't it? I told you, you can follow any of the method you find it easier, but if you follow this particular method, it will be very easy for you to see whether they are equivalent or not. That is, if I can reduce each fraction into its simpler form, it will be much easier for me to match them. Okay, pair it up. So 1 by 2 is as such, it is in the simpler form. Now 4 by 6, I can divide both 4 by 6 by common factor 2, isn't it? So this becomes 4 divided by 2 is 2 and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this becomes 2 by 3. So 4 by 6 or 2 by 3. Anyway, they both are equal. And then 3 by 9 becomes 1 by 3, because 3 divided by 9 when divided by 3 will give you 1 by 3, isn't it? And 2 by 8, what you need to do? You can divide it by 2, right? So 1 divided by 4. So this becomes 1 by 4. Okay, you have got all the 5 in its reduced form. So further you can't reduce them still. So these are the standard forms or the simplest forms of the fractions. Now 6 divided by 18. Now you can divide this by 6. So it becomes 1 divided by 3. So I write this as 1 divided by 3. And 4 by 8 becomes 1 by 2, because 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8. Likewise, 12 by 16 can be reduced by dividing it by 4. That is 4 3s are 12 and 4 4s are 16. 4 3s are 12. So as and when you reduce, you can see, you can almost pair it up with some of the fractions, isn't it? Now 8 and 12 can also be reduced by 4. 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are 12, isn't it? So 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are 12. 2 by and 4 by 16 also can be divided by 4, that is 1 divided by 4. Now it will be very easy for you to pair it up. See, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. So 1 and 6 gets paired up. Okay, 1 and 6. Next, see 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is here. A and this gets paired up. Okay, what you can do is, in your notebook, write it vertically so that you can match it up. Next, this is, 1 by 2, I have paired it with 1 by 2. Next, this is 3 by 4. Where is 3 by 4? See, 3 by 4 is here. And E and this gets paired up. Isn't it? Now, next is 2 by 3. Where is 2 by 3? Here, B. Now, B and this gets paired up. You understand? So, don't get confused. You just see the fraction 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. So, that is how we pair the equivalent fractions. As such, when you see, you won't be able to find out whether these fractions are equivalent or not. Just by seeing the diagrams, you won't be able to understand whether they are equivalent or not, right? So when you reduce the fraction, when you make it them in their simplest form, then you will be able to easily identify which are equivalent. Now you understand how we reduce, how we find out whether the fractions are equivalent or not, by reducing it into simpler form and then finding out which one matches. So this is very easy for you to find out whether the two given fractions are equivalent or not. Do you understand? So these two subdivisions are these two subdivisions give you an idea regarding how to find the equivalent fractions given illustrations by through the given illustrations. Okay. So next we'll move on to problems, numerical problems. I hope you understand these shadings, fractions through shaded parts and the total parts. Now let's see what is the third problem is. The third one is, you need to replace the box. Okay, replace the box by the correct number. What does it say? What does the box mean by the correct number? So you have 2 by 7 is equal to 8 divided by. So equal to here means they are equivalent fractions. Okay, so these two fractions are equivalent and we need to find the missing number there. Next one is 5 by 8 is equal to 10 divided by box. And third one is 3 by 5 equal to by 20. And you have still two more sums in your text, so that you, we'll solve 3 problems here, and the rest of 2 problems you can try it yourself. Okay. So now 2 by 7 is equal to 8 by missing. So how do we find out? So the simple thing, very easily we can do it is just find out how does this 2 becomes 8. How does this 2 become 8? So we know when 2 gets multiplied by 4, it gives you 8 here, isn't it? So that is quite easier. So in these type of sums, you can do it this way. So 2 into 4 is 8. So the same number has to be multiplied to the denominator also. So this becomes 28. So the missing digit is 28. So that 2 by 7 will be equal to 8 by 28. You can find, you can check it also by multiplying, by cross multiplying it. So 7 8s are 56 and 28 2s are is also 56. So that your answer is right. So the missing digit is 28. Likewise, we can do this too. 5 into 2 is 10, obviously, isn't it? So the same number you need to multiply 8 into 2 is 16. So the missing digit is 16 here. You can check it out. 8 into 10 is 80 and 16 into 5 is also 8. Okay. Now what happens? 3 here, it is missing. Now 5 becomes 20. How does 5 become 20? 5 when multiplied by 4 will give you 20. So you multiply by the same number in the numerator too. So you multiply this by 4, you get 12. Okay. So 12 by 20 is the fraction equivalent to 3 by 5. Let us check. 3 into 20 is 60 and 5 into 12 is also 60. So that those two fractions are equivalent. Now, do you understand how do we find out equivalent fractions numerically? Yes, right. Now, the fourth one is find the equivalent. You need to find the equivalent fraction just like the previous one, but with a simple twist here of 3 by 5. So they have given you one single fraction and they have given you 2 options. With denominator, the same thing. Actually, you have the same thing, but it is given in words. That is the difference. You will not panic by seeing just having denominator 20. So how will I find? So this is easier. Just the same. You just need to take it out and write it down. So 3 by 5 is the given fraction, and here see you have just the denominator, you don't have the numerator. So it's the same sum. So 3 divided by 5 and 20. So see, just the same sum we have done there. You need to multiply it by 4 to get 20. So multiply this by the same number so that you get the missing digit, that is 12. So when denominator is 20, you get the numerator as 12, so that these two fractions are equivalent. Okay, so the next one is 3 by 5 and the numerator is 9. So you need to find the missing digit. Why we have written here, why we have put equal is because of they have given equivalent fraction. Find the equivalent fraction they have given, so you have to equate it. Now 3 becomes 9. How does 3 become 9? You need to multiply it by 3. So multiply by the same number so that you get the missing digit to be 15. So 3 15s are 45, 9 5s are 45. Same way 60 and 5 12s are 60. Now it's very easy, isn't it? So it is very easy for you to do. And there are 2 more problems in this subdivision code that you can try it yourself. Okay. Now the next one is fifth one is also similar in this exercise. Similar problem. Fifth one is find the equivalent fraction. Just like the previous one, find the equivalent fraction. I told you we can either multiply by same number, multiply the fraction by the same number to get an equivalent fraction, or you can divide by a same number. So fraction of 36 divided by 48 with numerator 9 and denominator 4. Okay, so you have numerator 9 and denominator 4. You have the fraction here. See, now this is a fraction which has a larger number and the numerator is 9 here. You need to find the denominator. Either you can go by this way or you can go by this way. Anyway, it is the same. If you find division is a bit difficult for you, then you can go by this way. 9 when multiplied with what number will give you 36. That way you can find. Or 36 when divided by which number you will get 9. So that will also will give you the same answer. See, 9 into 4 is 36, or 36 divided by 4 will give you 9. Either way, isn't it? So this is divided by 4 will give you 9, or 9 into 4 will give you 36. The same, it is going to give you the same. So you multiply the same number. So what number should be multiplied by 4 to give you 48? Or what number when divided by 4, 48 when divided by 4 will give you what number? So now here this will be easy. 48 divided by 4 is 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. So 12, or 12 multiplied by 4 will give you 48, isn't it? So either way we can find out. Either dividing it by the same number or multiplying by the same number will yield you the equivalent fraction. Now the next one is 36. For 36 by 48 you need to find an equivalent fraction which has denominator 4. The same thing. See, 48 when divided by what will give you 4, or when 4 multiplied by what will give you 48. So either way around. So this way it will be easier for you now. 4 multiplied by 12 will give you 48, isn't it? So 48 or 48 divided by 12 will give you 4 anyway. So 4 into 12. So what number into 12 will give you 36? So obviously it is 3, isn't it? So 3 12s are 36, or 36 divided by 12 is 3. So anyway now you can find it out. So by going this way you need to divide by 12. This way you need to divide by 12, or 4 into 12 and 3 into 1. So either way you will be getting the same answer, and you can find the equivalent fraction by any of them. Okay. So this is how we find equivalent fractions. Equivalent fraction for a given fraction when numerator and denominator are given separately. Okay. Just write it down in the P by Q format so that it will be easier for you to find out. Okay. So next one, check whether the given fractions are equivalent. So now there are no missing numbers. Given fractions are equivalent. There are no missing numbers. The fractions are given and you need to find out whether they are equivalent. So first one is 5 by 9 and 30 by 54. Second one is 3 by 10 and 12 by 50. Okay. So this you need to find out whether these two equations, fractions are equivalent. So 5 by 9, 30 by 54. I have told you two methods. Either you can reduce the fraction, okay, or you can multiply or divide by the same number to get the other number, so that you can see whether those two equations, those two fractions match. Or what you can do is you can multiply the numerator with the denominator and this denominator with that numerator to see whether you get the equal answer. Okay, so this will be actually easier for you. See, when no other method, you find it some other method difficult, so you can find this way too. So 54 into 5 and 30 into 7. First 30 into 9 is 270. 9 30s are 270. And 5 4s are 20, 25 plus 2, this is also 270. So this is an equivalent fraction since you have the result to be same for both the numbers. Now for both the fractions. Otherwise what you can do is, see 5 by 9, what makes 5 to be 30? Okay, so multiplying 5 by 6 you get 30. It's the same number you multiply with 9 too. So 9 6 are, you also get 54. So that method also says those two fractions are equivalent fractions, because we are multiplying one fraction with the same number to get the next fraction. So these two fractions are equivalent, isn't it? Now this 3 by 10 and 12 by 50. So I multiply these two. 10 into 12 is 120 and 50 into 3 is 150. Now you see whether they are equivalent. No, they are not equivalent. See, I mean, with the other method, when 3 is multiplied by 4, when 3 is multiplied by 4, you get 12. But 10 multiplied by 4 is not equal to 40. It is 50, isn't it? So this is not equal. So they are not equivalent fractions. Do you understand? How do we conclude whether they are equivalent or not? So this is an equivalent fraction and this is not an equivalent fraction. Okay. So this sixth subdivision has one more problem that you can try it yourself and see whether you get equivalent or not equivalent. So this is how we check whether the two fractions are equivalent or not. Now the seventh one is reduce the following fractions to simplest form. See, I have told you, what do you mean by simplest form? We can divide the fraction by a common factor to get a simpler form. Okay, so let us try and do 48 by 60, and the next sum is 150 by 60. Third sum is 84 divided by 90. So let's start doing it. First sum is 48 divided by 60. So if at all you can find out a common factor which divides both the, a greater number which can divide both the numbers, you can do that. Otherwise you start, if it is an even number, you start with 2. Okay, you start dividing it by 2. Slowly you will get the simpler form. See, by for 48 and 60, I know 4 tables. 4 will divide both these things. So I divide it by 4. 48 divided by 4 is 12 and 60 divided by 4 is 15. Now 12 and 15, again they have a common factor 3. So 12 divided by 3 is 4 and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So after this I won't be able to reduce this any further. So 4 by 5 is a simpler form of 48 by 60. So 4 by 5 is the answer. Okay, do you understand? So the other way to directly get 4 by 5 is 48 divided by 12 and 60 divided by 12 is 4 by 5, isn't it? So that will be much easier for you. Now 150 divided by 60. Okay, just cancel the zeros, 1 0 with 1 0, and 15 and 6 when it has a common factor 3. So 3 5s are 15 and 3 2s are, isn't it? 3 2s are 6. Now 5 divided by 2 is an improper fraction. Okay, so improper fraction can be changed into mixed fraction 2. So divided by 2, 2 1 by 2. So 2 1 by 2, 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 1 5, 5 divided by 2. The simpler form is 2 1 divided. 2 and a half is the answer. Okay, so 62s are 120. Then 30 by 60 is 1 by 2. Again 2 1 by 2 is right. Okay. Now next 84 by 98. So now such kind of numbers can, if you can find a common factor, you can find it. But otherwise you start with 2 itself. Okay. So I am just showing you how to start with 2 and proceed. 84 divided by 98 becomes 42 divided by 98 is 49. Now see, you have 42 and 49. So what is the number which can divide both 42 and 49? Yes, it is 7, isn't it? So 7, 6 are 42 and 7 7s are 49. So 6 by 7 will be your answer. So because after this you won't be able to reduce it still further. So that is 6 by 7 is the simpler form here. So these are the sums, and in the subdivision you have still two more problems to be solved, so that you can do it yourself. Okay. Now the next one is, you have a story problem here. Ramesh had 20 pencils. Okay, so they all have 20 pencils. I mean, they all each have set of pencils, of which Ramesh had 20 pencils. Okay, so he had 20 pencils, and the next one is Sheila. She has 50 pencils, and the next one is Jamal, and he had 80 pencils. So they all have some set of pencils, and they use it up, and after 4 months what happens is, see, after 4 months naturally the pencils number of pencils will reduce, isn't it? They would have used it up, and after 4 months Ramesh used 10 pencils. Okay, he used up 10 pencils, and Sheila used up 25 pencils, and Jamal used up 40 pencils. So these were used up pencils. Okay, each had used up that much number of pencils. Now, what fraction did each use up? Okay, so you need to find the fraction and check if each has used up an equal fraction of his or hers. Okay, so you need to find each fraction, that is used up pencils for each one. For each of the person, you need to find the fraction each one has used up. I mean, with respect to the pencils he or she had before, and then you need to see the fractions and you can conclude whether they are equal or not. Okay, so now first for Ramesh, we'll see. Ramesh had used up 10 pencils, isn't it? Total pencils he had 20. So I reduce it, so I get 1 by 2. So this is a fraction he has used up. Half of it he has used up. And Sheila, we'll find out Sheila. The used up pencils are 25 and the total pencils are 50. So 25 divided by 50 is, I can divide it by 25 itself, isn't it? So 1 divided by, so Sheila has also used up half of the pencils, and Jamal used up is 40 and total is 80. So 4 divided by 8 is again 1 by 2. So each have used 1 by 2, that is half of the pencils, half of what they had, they have used up half of it, and the fraction obtained, the fraction, that is the fraction that each use up, is equal in all the cases. Okay, they all have used up just half of the, exactly half of the pencils they had. So that is how you find out the fraction, and we can compare the fraction with each of them. Okay, so that is how we do this. See, always remember the total number of items or anything regarding the problem, the total has to be in the denominator. So the denominator, the total number of things has to be exactly in the denominator. Okay, so don't mess it up. Now you need to match the equivalent fractions given here. Just like we did before for the shadings, the same thing we need to do it here too. So the first one is 250 divided by 400. Second one is 180 divided by 200. Third one is 660 by 990. Fourth one is 180 by 360. Fifth one is 220 by 550. See, each of these fractions are very simpler for you to solve. They are multiples of 10. So it will be easier for you to reduce. Third one is 1 by 2. Fourth one is 5 by 8. And fifth one is 9 by 10. So as and when you write the fractions this side, you will be able to, some of you might be able to match it up, isn't it? So it will be very easy for you to see. First 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0, and 25 divided by 40, you have a common factor 5, so which gives you 5 divided by 8. Now 5 by 8 is 4 here. So first one, isn't it? We have got just like that. See, 180, 0, 0, you get, it gets cancelled, and 18 divided by 20, you have 2 as the common factor, so it becomes 9 by 10. So 9 by 10, so second one, I matched it. Now 66 by 99, see, it has a common factor 11, isn't it? So that becomes 6 by 9. and 6 by 9 can be still further reduced with a common factor 3. So it will give you 2 divided by 3, and that is your first one. So 3 and 180, 360, 18 by 36. It readily goes in the 18 tables. 18 ones are 18 and 18 twos are 36. 1 by 2. See, this is fourth one. So I have matched almost. And 22 by 55 again. 2 divided by 5 in 11 tables. 2 11s are 22. 5 11s are 55. So 2 by 5. Okay. So this is so that is how I easily match them. And you need to write 2 more for these. Okay, so these are equivalent fractions. Actually 250 by 400 and 5 by 8 are equivalent fractions. These two are equivalent. Likewise 660 and 2 by 3, these two are equivalent fractions. We need to write 2 more each. We can write 2 more each. For 2 by 3 I can multiply 10 with a fraction. So 20 by 30. I can multiply 5 with this so that I can get 10 by 15. So these all are equal. I have written 2 more equivalent fractions. For 2 by 5 I can again 10 divided by 50, multiplying it by 10 becomes 10 divided by 50, and multiplying it by 5 I get 10 divided by 25. So 2 fractions I have got equivalent fractions. Same way 1 divided by 2, 10 by, this is multiplying with 10 and this is multiplying with 5. So 10 divided by 20 and 5 divided by 10. You can divide it by, you can multiply it by it with any number. Since you have the reduced form here, I am multiplying it with some number. If you take these numbers, bigger numbers, you can divide it by any number and you can have the equivalent fractions too. So this is 50 by 80 and 25 by 40. And here 90 by 100 and 45 by 50. So we have completed the sum. So with this, your exercise 7.3 is completed. So after completing this exercise, you will be able to solve more problems in equivalent fractions, isn't it? So it will be easier for you to do equivalent fractions and how to reduce the fractions to simpler forms also. So you have learnt 3 things with this exercise. That is to find out equivalent fractions, to find out the missing digits in equivalent fractions, and to find whether they are equivalent or not. And you can reduce fractions to simpler forms and then you can say whether they are equivalent or not. Okay. So with this, I end this exercise 7.3, and in the next class we will see some more problems in exercise 7.42. There are still more exercises to be solved. So we have a lot to learn. So keep practicing, and it's bye from Anu. Thank you.